I hadn't really tuned this place in before. So it was a real revelation to go there for the Portland Film Festival. It's close to this Scientology headquarters, which I read about the opening of this. I haven't been in. I'm not a Scientologist, but that's a landmark if you want to know where Hilo is. Beautiful mural across the street, another landmark, Harvey Milk Street. So I didn't know we had a Southwest Harvey Milk, but you can see it's a segment of Stark Street renamed. And having grown up in Rome, I'm really used to that idea that you can change a city street's name every few blocks, even though there's no turn or it's just the continuation of Viale what, Perioli, Cavour, whatever. You got so much history you're trying to cram into your city. And Portland's a world-class city. Now the story on my car here is I correctly parked it. You're supposed to be out in the street like that. There's a bike lane, and I paid the parking. And I was taking the bus, but I got behind, and I wanted to see the animation, so I drove there, and I was patting myself on the back for getting to the animations. And yet, I did get a ticket because why? I'm out of date on my stickers, DMV, and all that. So Monday, tomorrow, that's the plan. I got cattle prodded. So, but I got my money's worth anyway. This is a great little film festival. This is the one. And I'm going to tell you about a couple of the films. One of them you can find the making of, as well as kind of a preview trailer. It's a mix of trailer and how we made it film. And the actress was there to talk about it. I got to kind of shake her hand because I'm in awe of these films and I don't have that thick a skin. Like, I don't see a lot of films, even though I do see quite a few. This was a barrage, and my immune system, you could say, I was very affected by all of them. Another great one was the one about Abraham Lincoln. He had a seance. He's very skeptical, but maybe his wife will snap out of it. But of course, that doesn't happen. And he's really, really hitting bottom, and there's no further. It just keeps getting worse for the guy. And you really feel for Lincoln and the whole family. The U.S. has been through hell more than one time. Now, this is a little bit connected in that it's theater, but this is just a nostalgic look back to when the play about Bucky by D.W. Jacobs opened here in Portland, Oregon, and Allegra Fuller Snyder was there. And Trevor, we like this picture especially, where like Allegra's like lecturing Trevor about something. It's funny how I didn't plan it that they would both have like shaved heads, but here, this is a mannequin, and that's, I think, a good juxtaposition. Great poster, very psychedelic, mirror image kind of stuff going on. Very Castaneda in some ways. Kind of New Mexico. Same with this beer. Day of the Dead, right? There's some feeling about that. And it was close to Halloween. The reason this came up on Facebook as a reminder, there's mom, daughter Tara, Allegra. The reason this came up is it's almost exactly 11 years ago to the date. So it was kind of pre-play rehearsal. Then there was another time I went to the play where it was election night. And that's another story. I saw the play more than once. And election night I gave a talk. And yet we met in the crypt even as the nail biter who's going to be president was going on. The engineers didn't mind descending into the crypt for a Bucky play, right? That was pretty cool. So the Abraham Lincoln one, and then so many other films, and it was very well run. This whole thing, I'm getting used to how it is now. Having been with Steve Holden through a number of Django cons, what were the different cons? Django Con, there's another one, Apache Con, right? And what else? He started the PyCons here in North America. It's like Steve produced conferences, and he was a pretty slick operator in a good way. I learned a lot, but seeing this high-low and how it was organized with cell phones and tickets and apps and how it managed to fit into the hotel and run for several days and not be, everyone's so cool, everyone's so smart, and filmmakers are so, that's me. In the restroom, I knew the secret code to get in, and I thought, let's look at Leather Jacket Cowboy Man. Anyway, I was kind of doing that look. She's this like elven person who introduced the films, very competent, very good organizer. Everybody there was so impressive. And anyway, so we sat in these small theaters. They didn't have sloped floors, unfortunately, but I usually got close to the front. And this is from Last Call, and I'm just giving a sense. And nearby, around the corner, is the bar where you can also play video games. And then later, in a kind of a spooky way, I couldn't find it again. I was like, now where was that place again? It kind of like disappeared into the ether. It was all very kind of ethereal, the whole dreamlike thing of going from movie to movie. And like I say, I don't think I have the sort of antibodies, so I was like worn out because I would get gut punched in a film and totally, I'm not saying I was crying, but I was certainly reacting, or I'm the kind of moviegoer people want, that I'm not thinking about the movie. I'm really sucked in because I'm not a movie maker, except now I'm doing these YouTubes and stuff. But I'm just saying, I was ideal in a lot of ways because I really emoted in a way. I really related to these films on the level they want me to. And they're great films, but I could only take so many, right? I kind of had to watch out I didn't overdose because I'm not used to taking in that many powerful messages that fast. I can empathize with certain people I know who had the same feeling sometimes. I know what it's like. So anyway, I'm just taking computer game pictures here. Here's the brochure for the film festival, and I definitely saw more films than I can talk about here. I wish the best to this whole thing, whether I get there to the next one or not. And Hilo, what a revelation! Interesting hotel, very interesting hotel. Reminds me of the Nines, where we produced GOSCON, government, um, open source, amazing production here in Portland. Just amazing. Anyway, good to have worked with Steve those years. That's a blurry shot of the Pantheon. I've gone back far enough to where we're in Barry's presentation about being in Italy, and just got back and Wanderers, we do travel logs. So this is Linus Paulinghouse looking at Pantheon inside the dome. All right, talk to you soon. Great films, you guys, and thank you to Portland Film Festival. I saw a whole bunch of films and spectacular, spectacular. Talk to you later.